itself, it's very, very difficult. A lot of good players are actually missing out. So we'll see what happens on the final last chance qualifier, because a lot of good players have not been able to make it so far.
Well, like we said, this is just phase 2 of our qualifying stages. We've got 5 qualifying phases. It takes on Provella's very own Dyces. So Cruise Control, Jake Berry taking on Provella's Dyces in this matchup. What we've seen from SC this year has been very tricky. I was speaking to Carlo on the number of updates that has come into the game. Does it make it difficult to keep up with one style of gameplay? Because it feels like every single time you have to change it.
It's very, very difficult, because you play a game today, next 2 weeks, it's like you're playing a different FIFA. It's like sometimes some of the boys say the game is incomplete, because I've never seen a FIFA that gameplay changes like almost every month or every 2 weeks, which is making it really difficult for the players, because coming into a tournament, you don't know.
Beautiful start.
That's a nice goal.
It took Jake Berry just 5 minutes to introduce himself. And like I told you, this guy's been on a mission ever since he dropped down to the loser bracket. That's Cruise Control's player. Mind you, Cruise Control, a newly formed team with some very promising young talent in Jake Berry. The last one of those talents in the VGA grid phase 2. And he's looking to make a lot of waves. Now, speaking of the patches that have come, we're just in December. And it feels like the game has changed like 3 times already.
You come into a tournament and you don't know what's the actual meta, because like the updates, the more the patches, the more the game changes. First, those shoulder tackles weren't working, and let me see, sprint control, that's the technical sprint, it was working. But right now, the bruiser is working, sprint control is bad. And I think it's with the dribbling.
Beautiful stuff from Berry again.
That's a nice goal.
Yeah, this like looks like he's on a mission.
He's on fire, he's on fire.
He really is on fire. What a couple of games of his, and his offense looks smooth.
Yeah, I think Dyces should go for a quick break, because like I've not even seen him attack.
There's 8 minutes in. Jake Berry looks to announce himself properly into the great scene. Jake Berry, mind you, after this matchup.
Wow. That was a nice goal. Nice dribbling.
Very good goal from Dyces. That's just 10 minutes in, and we've got 3 goals. It tells you we've got a proper offensive game on our hands. So the winner of this game goes on to face Cap Gaming's Kobe in our loser bracket semi-final matchup. So that's one to keep an eye on. Big Ups already qualifying into loser bracket final matchup. So I will see how that one goes down. Ramirez with intercept play style plus. That's quite interesting to have him in your midfield. I haven't seen a lot of people use Ramirez, which is quite surprising. I mean, I think in previous FCs, people would die and dream of having a guy like that in the midfield.
His shots, I think the intercepts can do the work, even though his shots can.
Hakimi down the byline. Dyces to possibly get the equalizer in just about a couple of minutes. After going 2 goals down, I was having that long conversation with Carlo about the best wingers to use on the game. And for him, he said, if you've got the money to get Mbappe, get Mbappe. But if you've not got the money to get Mbappe, the next option is Nico Williams. Do you share the same fate, or if you've got something close to Mbappe, would you advise going for somebody like a Graham Hansen, because the fact that she's got 5'5", she is got the finesse play style plus has technical dribbling as well. Would you prefer somebody like that over a Nico Williams?
Yes, I would, because Nico Williams, I know Nico Williams is good, but he's
lost it in that position.
Shouldn't be making such mistakes.
And when you just a blink, Dyces has come back. Wow. And how quickly this game can turn, as you see.
Yeah, I was talking about Nico Williams. I'll go for Hansi, because Nico Williams, he's good, but I don't trust that 76 shooting. I don't. I know he has game changer and 5-star weak feet, but I'll still go for Hansen, because like 76 shooting, no, I can't be trusting you as my forward.
Well, for Jonas, he wants players with way more higher shooting than that, and Hansen have definitely got respectable shooting.
Yeah.
Jake Berry, who held on to the lead for barely 5 in-game minutes. Dyces with a massive comeback.
Dyces has really settled right now.
And even with the defending, he's covering the spaces pretty well about that defending.
He's not trying to rush.
There is something trending on social media right now with AI defending in this game, with how broken it is.
With this game, you can actually defend without even switching to the guy who's supposed to make the tackles. Like AI can just try to play, and with defenders like Van Dijk, aside tackles, they make some auto blocks and stuff. Which, like, it makes
the skill gap very, very non-existent because you have to have something that pros can do that the casual just can't do that sets them apart. We already took off time finishing, and now AI defending is at its peak where all you need to do is just.
That's why someone can just switch to one midfielder and defend with that midfielder. No matter where you play them, you pass the ball to. That's crazy. It's all because of AI defending. Because in previous, if you are defending like that, the game will punish you.
There's no way. There'll be gaps in between your defense. There's no way. Well, for this year, all you've got to do is position them well, and you're good. There's Williams, Jake Berry to possibly get his lead back.
He delayed that shot. He
delayed like one time into Rudy Vola far post. He gone. Shot. I think he was expecting a little bit of the movement of the goalkeeper from Dyces. But
I think Dyces did well. Instead of controlling the keeper, he rushed in. And he was actually waiting for the movement. Sometimes it's better to rush in than try to move to a direction. Yeah, that was what Jake Berry was actually waiting for, but he didn't. He just rushed forward, and by the time he realized, the keeper was in front of him.
I said time and time again that the goalkeeper is indeed your last line of defense. Even when your defenders have been beaten, you have to go all the way and still know that your goalkeeper has to be beaten before you concede a goal. There goes Jake Berry once more. Was leading earlier on this game, didn't last long, but he's looking to possibly restore his lead. I was speaking to Carlo about everybody's breakout moments. They are welcome to the esports team moments where it's that tournament that you played in that you feel like it's ushered you into the esports. And for Carlo, he was saying it was one Bosphorus tournament where I think he beat Kiki, played in the final against Sule as Dyces with the quickest comeback of the great phase line we've seen. Just 30 minutes to turn it all around. That's massive on his part as the propeller man keeps on going, and now Jake Berry about to feel the pressure. But speaking of everybody's welcome to the esports moment, what do you think yours was? Would you say it was GFA Trophy? What tournament do you feel like introduced you proper that this is Prince Jonas and he's here to stay?
I think when FIFA 20 came, no, I only go for that All Games tournament. That was in 2019.
Yeah, I remember that one very well.
We finished second.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And I think I was third also. But I won't say that because after that tournament, I actually went for like a long break. And I came back in 21. Yeah, so I would say 21. Like
21?
Yeah.
21 GFA Trophy.
And also in the year 2021. Yeah, but with the GFA Trophy, I had already won like 2 tournaments in a row before that, so I wouldn't say.
And the thing is, were those as major as compared to GFA Trophy? I think GFA Trophy puts your name somewhere else. Well, if you're not familiar with what the GFA Trophy was, I mean, 2021 GFA Trophy Championship, the first ever time. 2022, the first ever time the Ghana Football Association organizing an e-sport tournament, and Prince Jonas, the inaugural champion. Since then, we've never had a GFA Trophy again. And that should tell you the magnitude of that trophy. I mean, Jonas has written his name basically in history books. Nobody has ever been able to win it because there's none being organized. So he's the one standing alone, and it's a privilege to have him on broadcast. Just share a little bit of insight with us here. Bellingham, Potea. So when he tells you in previous FCs you couldn't do some things, you've definitely got to trust because he was there in 20, 21, 18, I believe, in the mix as well. Potea still holding on to it.
Nice control. And also nice defending. He's not committing
at all. The jockey was perfect from Dyces.
I expected Frankie to take that ball. That was nice jockey. He's actually protecting his centre backs like very, very well. I think this offside.
No? It does look like it's on with Nico Williams still holding on to it. He can't give the ball away there. Wow. That time though, Jake Berry rushing with the movement a bit.
Puteas could have finessed that ball easily. Wow, the intercept play style, the most important play style in SC26.
Wow. Now, I think Kalu would have to argue with you on that one, because for Kalu, in his eyes, he says it feels like it is the incisive play style plus. We went into the comments and people also thought it was going to be intercept. But for Kalu, it feels like it is incisive. And I think Marcel also in the comments say it feels like it's tiki taka. Why do you think it's intercept is number one? The VGA Gridlines Phase 2 brought to you KD Sports, Ultimate Battle, Esports Association, Ghana Media Partner, Sporty FM. Still series also making sure that this one happens. MX24. And if you still don't visit marshall.com, make sure you get on there to keep up to date with what is happening right now. Powered by Factory of Production, Foresight TV Mansion, our wonderful host as we carry on in our loser bracket action. Mind you, winner of this one takes on Cap Gaming Scobie in our loser bracket semi-final. And of course, Big Ass is waiting in the wings in the loser bracket final. Hakimi. Just that midfield control is so difficult in this game, and I believe that Jake Berry is trying to do his best to do that.
Wow.
And Frankie De Jong,
I
don't know if he's got silver finesse.
I was hearing something like that, so I don't really know.
Because the thing is, this is not the first time I've seen him score a finesse. And mind you, he didn't even do that with his stronger foot, his weak foot.
His weak foot, yeah, that's crazy.
I think Kyron also scored a similar goal where it was, I don't know if it was De Jong or Reinders.
That was Reinders. Reinders has the silver.
And he did score with his weaker foot. It's just insane at this point.
I think the finesse is very, very effective, especially in the box.
Yeah, in the box finesse. Outside of the box finesse, quite difficult to score from.
But in the box, you don't really need a.
Even when the defenders are in position, it tends to bend around them a little bit.
Yes.
3-3 now. Jake Berry, who did start the game better, gave up the 2-goal lead and is now back in the mix. Now we've got a good one. If at 54 minutes it's 3-3. Bellingham, somebody who surprisingly this year, a lot of people just don't seem to trust that Bellingham is good enough to be used. I mean, he's even very cheap on the market. Surprisingly, he's a 90 rated.
I think with Bellingham, personally, I think it's because of his role. If you use Bellingham, you shouldn't be using Bellingham as a cam. I won't lie. And he also doesn't have. Wow.
Oh, that was. Get something.
Intercept.
Out of nothing.
Intercept would have been intercepted that.
Would have probably intercepted that pass. With a lofted pass. And there he found a one-tap finish for Dyces. All Jake Berry can do is smile because he didn't expect that one to go in. But in SC26, expect the unexpected. I
think with this game, defenders actually sleep on the cutbacks. I don't know why it's like that. Anytime you play a cutback, whether your defender, your striker he's being pressed by a defender or not, just press the shoot button. The defender will stand there and he's going to score. The cutbacks are very, very effective.
Jake Berry has always had to come from a goal that was trying.
He tried the finesse again.
The finesse again.
So far it's in the box, like
you have a chance of scoring them. And if he's got a finesse play style, you have a strong chance. That's why I like Hansen. The fact that she can finesse.
We both
through ball in. Dyces to possibly get the first step to goal cushion.
The Beba
and he couldn't finish with Rodrigo.
The Beba spin was unnecessary. Like
which Rodrigo is that? Is it the season pass Rodrigo?
Yeah. The season pass Rodrigo.
Wow.
These guys are grinding the game.
Shows that he has been grinding the game. Through ball and it's through. Pina onside to finish it off and well. Profilas Dyces. And I just don't know how that defense splits so wide open. But he'll take it all day, every day.
I don't know if he actually triggered a center back or I don't know. Like there was a big gap.
Way open.
Yeah.
Proper defensive breakdown. And Jake Berry has himself to blame. Well, the one thing that is on his side this time, and he could possibly use that, Pina winning the ball high up the field, which would possibly be of serious help. There's Mbappe. Pace to run away from everybody and finish. And that's the poor reaction finishing. That says it all.
Poor finishing.
Very poor. If you're in that position, are you finishing with Mbappe? Are you looking for the pass?
I'm finishing with Mbappe.
I'll try so surprised.
A ball finesse or something like. Wow. When he's through on goal, he tries to make it more difficult.
Like, I think he complicates himself at times. We even saw that with the goal that he scored.
Yes.
He could have just gone for the first time shot. Decided to pass, turn around a little bit, looking for better angles, which could have cost him. And now we see with the glorious opportunity to seal it, like just clear all doubts and put the game to bed. But Dyces, he knows he's let one go.
I think he's not calm. Like, I think he's actually panicking. I don't know whether it's because it's his first time on the mainstream or. I can't actually tell, but I think he's panicking.
Well, live footage is from the Foresight TV matching us. The fans joining us in the action as well. It has been a very entertaining Saturday for our Gridlines Phase 2. I mean, Phase 1 did have some excitement about beef. I believe Phase 2 has definitely lived up to the heights that Phase 1 set. And with Kyran and Freeman already booking their tickets to the main VGA grid, we are down to one more slot. The likes of Jake Berry are fighting. Big Ups are fighting. Cap Gaming, Scobby also fighting. And also Dyces in the mix. Bellingham. Jake Berry has had a huge let-off after he missed that chance. And for Dyces, this could be the worst position to be in. You miss a huge opportunity on one end, Jake Berry scores on the other.
Yeah, I just pray the game doesn't punish him because he has wasted too many chances. Jake Berry shouldn't be in the game as at this point. Wow, that's another chance over there.
Poteas for Berry. Oh, you almost did it. Last day tackle coming from Dyces. No, looking as much as Jake Berry is looking to score goals, he's got to be careful of how much he's committing.
Dyces should control the game more and stop rushing. I think Dyces is actually rushing his attacks.
Well, it could cost him. Pina, 10, you don't want him in those positions. 20 minutes to go.
Again,
and
he's not being calm.
That's
FIFA for you. Just try to control the game. Don't
Jonas
rush
scored
your
it from
attacks.
way before. You almost felt like you saw Dyces unable to handle the pressure.
Yeah, this game has a lot of momentum shifts. Like, if you get your chance, you have to bury them. You would think it's scripted, but bro, it's not. Just take your chances. If you don't take your chances, the game will punish you. It's 5-5. You could have been 7-4 or 7-3 as at now. But look at
5-5. What a thriller. We've had a lot of storylines, missed huge opportunities, excellent goals. That's what the Gridlines is all about.
how many?
Hey. Jake Berry to finish up the comeback also goes for the low-driven finesse, which is quite surprising. Minutes and it's anybody's game now, but you feel like momentum is heavily in the cruise control player's favor. Jake Berry, does he have one more in him? Rashford has some space to operate with.
Nice
Jake Berry taking his time, trying to go for the lofted pass, and he struggled. De Jong, fortunately for him, he bounces back, and now he's a little bit feisty with it, trying to force it. This is where you've got to keep your cool. And with the demeanor on both of their faces, they know what's at stake. Once you lose this game, that's it for your hopes of qualifying to the grid. Pina going down the byline, another save from Schmeichel. And we were having conversations about who the best goalkeeper in the game was. I think Schmeichel definitely deserves a shot.
As for with the goalkeeping department, I can't really tell because people talk of this guy to Pope that is really, really good. But I think with goalkeepers this time, I think most of the top goalkeepers are actually good. So I won't lie. So I can't actually tell who's the best because people have also been talking about that Pope card that he's actually good. So
I think the most used goalkeeper in the FC Pro Open Cup.
That's Pope.
Yeah, I think for Pope. Rafinha. Dying MS of this game now. With both of them having an opportunity to clinch it. This is what we love. This is the drama we spoke of. Jake Berry probing and probing. Fortunately, bounces back for him. Love the pass off the post. And the drama, that's no end. And it's money that can't believe that one didn't go in. Huge chance now for Proveles Dyces. Rafinha space can get away from Hakimi. Down the byline. Looking for the pass. On the 10. Dyces gets it with the puppy. It's not in. The TKS finishes.
Excellent composure. Excellent composure.
So composed with it, he could have passed the way earlier and have been intercepted.
I think the keeper could have done better. I don't know which keeper is that, whether it's
Courtois.
Courtois could have done better because
way better.
It was actually directed at him. He could have done way better.
That must feel so harsh on Jake. But he's just got 5 minutes to salvage this one and force extra time. But that will be the end of the road for cruise controls Jake Berry. Now he's got to be perfect on offense. Vitinha holding on to it, turning away from his man. Rashford, quick space, and there's Marquinhos with a tackle. Rodrigo for Dyces, and it's just a little bit of a rush pass. And one more opportunity for the man in white.
He doesn't try to control the game. He's actually playing as if he's behind.
He's down by a goal, and that could cost him. Pina, finesse!
I think he needs coaching. I don't know whether there's a coach inside him because he's just rushing as if he needs a goal, but he doesn't. He's actually rushing. He needs a coach. He needs coaching right now.
We are not done yet. And just like Jonas is saying, the fact that both of them can't control the game, they are conceding goals in the dying embers of the game. Mendes, final chance surely of this game. Patry into Mbappe, show the son the defender. That's crazy. 2 minutes over the time. Ramirez down the byline. One thing that we know that Dyces does very well, and he gets it away. He could be liable to a counter. There's Pina, somebody who you don't want to be there. Vitinha. As Jake Berry slows it down a little bit, force the pass, and for sure now we will have extra 30 minutes of this game. Wow. Into extra time we go. 6-6 this one ending in regular time, and in the next 30 minutes we'll have to decide, or else the lottery of the penalty shootout. The only extra time game that we went to on the main broadcast, Kyran was able to our last big ups. How will this one end? How will this one end?
Nicely.
Dyces looking to draw first blood here in extra time. Pina once more. Well, I think Courtois made amends for what happened.
Did he save that?
He did save it.
Wow.
He did indeed go a hand to it. I think Berry went about Bonmati though. That's why a lot of people want Bonmati in their squad.
She's so broken. Like
so
whether
broken.
Whether CM or I think she's actually the best cam in this game.
Will you pick her as a cam over Putellas? I think CM definitely over Putellas, but cam, yes. Putellas also stands a chance.
I'll pick Bonmati. I think she has 5-star receipts. Driven, I think she also has driven. Like she has some stats which makes her a goal scoring threat, like an attacking threat actually. personally, I'll go for Bonmati.
Pina. Dyces in this extra time has been the one controlling, has been the one creating, but it has amounted to nothing as Mbappe will win it back. Ramirez finding Rodrigo on the 10, but he just couldn't find the separation he was looking for. Through ball comes in and the finesse that time parried away Schmeichel.
FIFA 25 was a game you could hold two defensive midfielders and actually be able to defend very compact. But with this game, if you try it, you'll be punished. I won't lie. Even though it can be rewarding because you have two wingers
extra,
who are not dropping back, meaning anytime you win the ball, there's a counter. But personally, it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. Nice player,
well, Jonas thinks it's not worth the risk. What do you guys think about the formations in the game this year? Drop in the chat. Let's have a conversation about it. 4 minutes to go before this one comes to a close. There's Rafinha, Pina on the 10. Putellas almost getting there first. And still nothing to separate both of these players. De Jong, two ball goes in. That's the first time Jay Perry has been in on goal in this half. And he makes it count. As he gets himself in cruise control, like his team says. Control the game. Big finish in the context. And for the first time in extra time, Jay Perry leads.
He actually entered the stage. This is the kind of runs people do player looks, but I actually didn't expect Rashford to make that run because he went inside the fullback rather than outside. That was what created the chance.
Big moments in this time. The second half of extra time will come. The Gridlines will time and time again produce storylines that you would not expect. This game going back and forth with Dyces being up by 2 goals, with Jake Berry leading 2 goals early on in the first half in regular time. But now in extra time, 7 goals to 6. Jake Berry leads. The main problem is he hasn't been able to hold on to it. Can he do that in extra time? We find out. Pina into Rashford. Oh, that's just we'll put this one to bed. The celebration sees it all. And now you see the instructions, calm down with it. That's just basic SC with the passing and finding space.
Let's see how he also manages his lead. Because Dyces was actually careless when he was leading. Let's see how he also manages his lead.
Jake Berry has had a roller coaster of a game in this one.
Not rushing his attacks.
And I'm very patient with it. He's had a roller coaster led by 2 goals, gave away the 2 goals. And Dyces came back. Dyces led by 2 goals, had to come back from 2 goals down.
Wow.
And now leads by 2 goals with 10 minutes to go. Dyces though, we know he's got that resilient spirit. Oh, what a tackle that is from Marquinhos. Pina was right there to get it. Jake Berry surely understanding what the assignment is now, but he just goes on to lose it. Maybe a little bit of the commentator's jigs coming in. Fortunately for him, He wins it back. Now Dyces will have to chase. Have to throw the kitchen sink at it now, with his hopes of making it to the next round. Fading away slowly. Van Dijk wins it through intercepting. Rafinha goes into Pina, finding the Brazilian on the flank once more, and a tackle from Jake Berry. That shows
very necessary, very necessary.
That we're in critical moments. He cannot afford for Rafinha to be through or go. And then with that one being onside, Pina for sure sealing it. Jake Berry stays alive.
Game over, game over.
And he tells you he's still here to make a lot more noise. He has booked the dates. In the loser bracket final, had a semi-final coming up actually against Cup Gaming's Kobe, but he went through it in this game. He's probably been through all of the emotions in this game. And now just looking to calm things down. That's what we are attempting it at this point. A minute and more to go. Mind you, there's just one slot left for the VGA Great Main Stages.
This one makes people crash out of chance.
And with that one slot left, we are down to about 4 players with an opportunity to go through. I think 3. There's Big Ups, Jake Berry, and Cap Gaming. One of them will join Freeman and Kyran as the main VGA Great finalists.